Hey, what's up, guys? Let's take a look at the new QR Connect UDFP20 adapter from VRS. This is simply going to connect to both the upgradable Direct Force Pro 20 and the original and standard Direct Force Pro 20. And by upgradable, we simply mean the 6, 9, 12, 15, and 20 Newton meter wheelbase. This is a simple and easy connection. It is the next generation and wave of what VRS is attempting to do, and I think you're going to like it once you see it. In the box, you get a USB-C to USB-A connection for your PC. You also get in here the first piece of this next generation QR. This is simply a Molex connection on the back, connected to a PCB, which passes both power and data directly to the wheel with no need for cables. This works with both the new R295 and the current existing Pro Formula Lite and Pro Formula wheels. So again, a very easy and simple connection. We'll set that over to the side. The next part of this connection will also be the QR hub, or what you're going to attach the new NRG style QR. Now, you may look at this and say it looks a little bit different. Well, we'll go over that really quickly. On the side, you'll see there are these grooves on both sides. Now, this will work with your standard 6.4 NRG QR, which is pretty standard for most different manufacturers. It is really easy, great to use, and provides so much flexibility that VRS decided to upgrade. All it simply has is some grooves here on the side, and what that does is that eliminates every time the wheel is connected to the wheelbase. These grooves will make sure you get a proper connection each and every time, thus eliminating the possibility of damaging any of the pins that are on the wheel. So again, we'll go through how to connect that to the wheelbase. Additionally, inside you're going to get a Allen key, which is what you're going to use to screw the QR connection on. You get the now new and upgraded PCB, which is going to again pass power and data. We'll talk about the future wheels in the future, but again, a very easy, again, Molex connection here, as well as a bag full of tools. The bag full of tools included with what you get with the R295 wheel will be everything you need to make the connection. The only additional tool you will want to add to this build will be some sort of pliers or vice grips or something that you can use, as we're going to have to put in the key, and we'll talk about that when we get to the install. So again, very simple, very easy. Now let's get it installed. All right, guys. So as you get off your existing hub, you may say, hey, I have a parallel key already installed. Inside the package, you will find a screw. You will find an Allen key. All you're simply going to do is take that screw and screw into the existing parallel key and keep screwing in until you hit the bottom. Okay. After that, you're simply going to take that Allen key and you're going to screw into this. Now, by screwing into it, all you're simply doing is taking out the existing one. Now again, you can use either side of the Allen key. I decided to use this end because, well, I like to make my life a little more complicated. But just keep screwing in until you pull out the existing parallel key. And once it's out, we're good to go. Let's install this piece here. What we're going to do is install it. Again, it's got the slip ring. It's got your USB-C connection. It's also got these little pads here that I was talking about earlier. All we're going to do is take these pads. We're going to take them and slide it right onto the shaft. Again, we want the shaft to be facing straight up. You'll see a little grub screw that is there. What we're going to do is take out of our pack of screws. There's a little grub screw in here. There also is that key that we were talking about here. We'll go ahead and get that put on. The only thing that you're going to need additional that doesn't come in is just a set of pliers, because what you're going to do is you're going to take this key, you're going to pop it in here. Now, no matter how hard I push that down, I am not going to be able to insert that myself. So you'll take a pair. What I have is just a set of vice grips. What I'm going to do is make sure that I give it enough space. I'm going to squeeze it in as tight as you can get it. Once you squeeze it in, it will allow you to put the new hub connector on. And it's as simple as that. You're going to take this grub screw that comes along with it, you're going to insert that grub screw here. You want to make sure that this hole here aligns with the shaft opening here, because what you're going to do is you're going to screw this all the way in until it sits all the way flat. So this way, this slip ring does not move. So I'm going to screw that in with my finger just a little bit to get it started. Then I'm going to take the provided Allen key. We're going to insert it in here, and we're just going to keep turning and turning and turning. All right, guys, so now it's time to connect the QR to the hub. So let's go ahead and bend up the cable you see here. This is the connection that you'll use for the PCB. So all we're going to simply do is bend up the end of it just a little bit. It'll make it easier to insert through the hole here at the bottom. Rectangular shape, we're going to feed it through that slot. And by doing so, it's going to make it significantly easier for us to go about feeding it through. And once you feed it through, because you've bent it up, as you can see, it slides right on up. I can pull it right on out, and I can slide this all the way back onto the shaft, and now we're good to go. So the last thing we're going to do before putting on the PCB is we're going to take this screw, this Allen key, and we're going to insert it into the shaft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to align them up together. I'm going to feed them into the shaft, making sure to be careful of the wire. So I'm going to turn it backwards first, so I feel it set into place. Then I'm just going to screw. I would recommend shifting over to this side of it because it'll make it significantly easier to screw in. You can kind of do this process a little bit quicker. We also recommend that once you get that all set, go ahead and turn on your wheelbase if you have not. Set your wheelbase dead zone to 180 because that'll lock it in place and allow you to do this and tighten it down much easier. I'm going to take the other end to get a little more leverage, insert that into the screw here, turn it, lock it in place, and then we're done. That's not going anywhere. Last step in the process, of course, is taking the PCB, taking that Molex cable, making sure to connect it. You'll see some holes at the top. Make sure you align the holes properly. Connect it here. Go ahead and make sure you're good to go. You're going to go ahead, again, grab the other Allen key. There are 2 screws that are provided. What you're going to simply do is we're going to take that and we're going to insert them into the hole beforehand. And we're going to loosely tighten this in because we're going to add the other screw next. Doing the exact same process. We're going to go ahead and put that screw directly on that Allen key or Torx. Once we get it aligned, then we're going to insert it into the hole. Screw it in ever so slightly. Once you've got everything aligned, tighten it down. Doesn't take a lot of force. Just get it screwed in properly. And that, my friend, you are good to go.